welcome. You got it?
No.
Welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Chiro broadcast of DE and Band of Brothers. I'm Dr. Brian Moriarty, your esteemed MC for tonight's exciting call with Dr. Gregg Klear coming up in just a minute. I'm joined by my co-MCs, Emma.
And Patrick.
And Patrick. I've got the two goofballs for tonight's call. Double trouble. Team Moriarty Inc. in the house, as we are very excited to do this Tuesday night call. Mommy is out of the country in France, so we are holding it down here. It's been a fun week of playing Mr. Mom here, and with these two, as you can tell. Oh, Patrick, Emma, we have to do a call here at some point.
I know.
All right, good. All right, so let's talk about DE 60th anniversary, upcoming dates for DE. Let's get those. Our fall DE, there it is, October 24th to the 27th coming up. Let's see, we're just about 3 months out here after another amazing DE celebration. So this will be just before Halloween, October 24th to the 27th, the Diamond Anniversary celebrating 60 years, and it will feature an amazing gala, the 60th Anniversary Gala for DE, Saturday, October 26th, 6 p.m., a separate ticketed event. It's going to be amazing. You're not going to want to miss the gala. For ages, we think about 12 and up for this one. So, like these two goofballs, there is going to be.
I'm not a goofball.
All right, whatever you are, yeah. You're going to have kid care there. Kat's working on kid care. So, for those of you that bring your kids, don't worry.
Hi.
You'll still be able to enjoy a night out and with some great babysitters taking care of the kids. You're going to be with babysitters that night, okay? Hope you like it.
I'll be with you and you'll like it.
Yes. There's also ads available for the DE 60th. So, you can, promote your business if you want or organization, but you can also just give a shout out to DE and just say happy 60th, something like that. And it'll be a timeless journal to celebrate the 60th that you'll be able to look back on and see that you were in there. There's the prices. Order at lifede.com if interested. Seems like a no-brainer there. Great way to give back to DE as well. Anything else I'm missing, Kat? Upcoming dates, maybe? There we go. January 9th, 12th, back in Clearwater. Also April 10th to the 13th. And then there's your Atlanta one. Go to lifede.com to register for any of these DEs, to register for the gala, for anything. To get your DE ring, pendant, ad, anything. There's Patrick, wake up. Anyway, that's what we're working with here. Oh, you guys are tired, huh?
I'm not.
Well, listen, this speaker tonight is going to light you up here. This is Dr. Gregg Klear's first time doing the Tuesday night call, and I can't even imagine why it's taken so long, because the guy's a powerhouse. He's been coming to DE since the 50th, he told me. Number 50. So he'll be celebrating 10 years at this upcoming 60th DE. So we'll have to celebrate with him. I know he is going to be in attendance. Recently making his home in Seminole, Texas, but recently, as of June 1st, just moved to Hops, New Mexico. So we got a New Mexico guy. Awesome principal guy. Just always at DE. Love hanging out with this guy. A graduate of Palmer College of Chiropractic, Iowa, in 2001. Let's give it up, guys, for his DE Tuesday night call debut to Dr. Gregg Klear. Love and appreciate it.
How are we doing tonight, gang? I'm still reeling from the last DE. That was powerful, raw, real, authentic. As Brian has said, thank you, by the way, for that wonderful introduction, Brian. As Brian said, this is 10 years for me, and this is first time on a call. So I've always managed to dodge the spotlight. I kind of stay in the shadows, but God's putting it on my heart to step out and step up. So I didn't really know what to talk about. I haven't met. I mean, I've been coming to DE for 10 years now, but really haven't been up here, not even on Parade of Stars. So I'll give a little bit of background about me, but really it's all about DE and what DE has done for me. Um, so off we go. You know, I could talk a half hour about how much I love chiropractic. I could talk for ad nauseum about how much I love DE, but I'll just start with the basics on how I made my way to chiropractic and what's happened since. So um, I'd love to say I was born and raised in the DE rooms, but that's not the case. My upbringing was less than stellar, but everybody's got a past, and we're not here to talk about that. Our past doesn't define us, but my road to chiropractic. Um, I started out working construction for my father at age 15. Um, Worked hard, busted my butt. Age 33, I'm pretty beat up. I've got two herniated discs in my low back. I'm cussing at the alarm clock and pretty much hating my life. And as life would have it, my sister married a chiropractor, a Palmer grad as well. And within a very short time, he changed my life. And I had no desire to go back to construction. Um, his nephew was Ed Plentz. So I remember getting a lot of Renaissance information early on before I ever became a chiropractor. But eventually, what happened is he took me out to the school, and I was lacking 2 semesters in junior college to get into school. And he took me out there and he signed me up and he says, "You can do it." So that's when the world seemed like it was round again, is when I made the decision to be a chiropractor. And I sure wish I had DE back then to stay grounded as a student, but that's not the case with me. So as I said, I was 34 when I entered school. Most of the other students are obviously younger. I didn't uh, get involved in any clubs. I didn't get involved in fraternities. I just rode the wave of the initial excitement and ground out school and boards and all those things. And I graduated, and well, I should back up and say that I was part of the Renaissance Club at Palmer School, and just prior to graduating, I was kind of set up to get into a turnkey practice. And about 2 months before graduation, for whatever reason, the plug was pulled, and I was 2 months before graduation. I'm deciding what I want to do. So I get on Chiro classifieds, and I start looking, and I ended up buying a practice in Hobbs, New Mexico. My very first week in practice, I think I saw 270 people, and I was like a chicken with my head cut off. It was overwhelming, to say the least. I Overwhelming, to say the least. And so, if I'm completely honest, and theme of the DE this past DE is, I'll be real and honest with you. I screwed it up. I dumbed it down until it was 150 a week. Then it was 100 a week. I bought a cash practice, and then I started taking insurance. I mean, I got as far off course as you could possibly get. Um, I look at my mindset back then. Um, I was a chiropractor during business hours, and then when I locked the door, that was the end of the chiropractic until I went back. I got sidetracked, uh, got into motorcycles. Motorcycles was my thing. I was doing 10,000 miles a year on the bike with road trips and stuff like that, and seemed like being a chiropractor on the side. Um, so my journey to DE, it's kind of, I should back up and say in 2008, I joined a practice management group. And I swear if I see another chiropractor in a white coat, I'm going to order a pound of ham, but that's not me. um, so, but what did happen there is they wore badges and kind of talked about their income or whatever. But I noticed all the all the top performers were upper cervical chiropractors. So I went to an upper cervical. I guess I was trying to get some CE hours. Um, at the time, I don't remember being particularly fired up about upper cervical, but after I sat there for 3 days, I kind of felt like a kindergartner in a college class. And I thought, this is my profession. I got to get up to speed. So I spent some time, money, and energy in getting up to speed. It was with knee, chest, upper cervical. Oddly enough, it's where I heard about DE for the first time. Um, Will Soriano, Kevin Lynn, Stephen Gorshak, I think they were all students back then, but they were actually heading up this mission trip to Guatemala. So I went to this mission trip in Guatemala and just blew me away. It really did. Um, and then a couple years later, this is coming up to my introduction to DE, but I was in a motorcycle accident. Um, got hit from another guy I was riding with. As a matter of fact, he hit me from behind at 70 miles an hour. I wasn't wearing a helmet. Um, the bike handlebars hit my collarbone, broke my collarbone, and I smacked my head on the pavement. And I had a spot on the back of my head that's about the size of my fist. It was just hamburger. And I can remember laying in the street, and this peace beyond all understanding came over me and just said, "You're going to be fine." It was the coolest thing I ever felt, although the circumstances weren't optimal. But and I think that was Memorial Weekend 2014, and I was healing up and getting back to work, and I contacted another guy that was on that mission trip. We were roommates in Guatemala, Terry Crowder, and I asked him to come to DE, and so we came to our first DE together. And it just happened to be the 50th anniversary, and what an experience! I mean, this talk could be titled "What a Long Strange Trip It's Been," but my first DE, all I can remember was I sat in the back of the room, and I just remembered I'm home. This is where I belong. And I think I literally wept for 2 years in the back of the room. Just, I was so broken when I got to DE. And my last week of practice prior to coming to DE, I think I saw 75 or 80 people. And now we see that in a day. So DE has done so much for me. And like I said, I've just been hiding in the shadows. So it's been really interesting, to say the least. So um, my first DE, I remember Melba. Melba was one of those people that uh, you resonated with her or you didn't, but for whatever reason, she was sweet as pie to me, and I just loved Melba. Uh, Liz Rassel was probably the first one to reach out to me. She bought me a zip drive or a stick of the conference back before we had the live stream, and I thought that was really special. It made an impression on me, so I went home and listened to that. Over the course of 10 years, I think maybe I've missed a handful of meetings, but my life is so different. Um, and it's there's so many messages at DE. First of all, keep coming back. Um, I kept coming back, and it's it's been quite a ride. It really has. Um, just realizing how broken I was. It was um, this vicious cycle of wanting to be a better man, and then beating myself every time I fell short. And so it really takes me to where I am today, and how different my life is today. I should back up and say that, so 2014 was my first DE. Um, I met my wonderful, beautiful, soon to be wife in 2016 in November. And by, I think, 6 months later, she's working in my office. She's the office manager. And she walked in and she's helping me out, but she's She walked in. I think I've got a stack of resignation letters this high. She's like, "You are stuck in the dinosaur ages. We got to get this thing moving." And of course, I was forever resistant to change, but she's really streamlined the practice. She's completely turned the place around. I got in a situation when I bought a practice in the beginning. I inherited a 18-year CA. So for the first few years in practice, I didn't have to touch the front office, nor did I know much about how it went on. And as you can tell, as time passes on, we eventually part ways, and now I know nothing about the front office. I don't even know how to train somebody. And I had a few girls in there, and I've been stolen from. I've been, and that's my own fault because I didn't take care of business. So lots of crazy lessons along the way. Um, this past DE was absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything so real, so raw. Um Speaker after speaker getting up there, bearing their soul and sharing what they've been through. Brian included, and Peter, and um, there's lots of things Peter said to me that resonated. The We're basically tenants of our heart and head, and if I'm being completely honest, I had some really bad tenants, and it was time to do an inventory and time to clear some things out. So I know I've kind of fast forwarded through this quite a bit. I haven't talked publicly, so this is all new to me, but um, it's been quite a ride. And just prior to this last DE, I I was I actually sought some professional help in the realm of spiritual guidance. And I had one meeting with this guy the week before DE, and um, it was different. I didn't understand exactly what was happening, but he definitely cracked the shell. And then I go into that DE that we had that was so amazing and so powerful. And oddest thing happened is on the way home. Well, I should say I had an awesome DE and all that stuff, and I had the opportunity to spend some time with Peter Hamlinger, and we rode the MARTA back to the airport, and that was that was quality time. And there's so many things I could talk about, but there's the never, 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 never give up. There's the keep coming back, the power of saying yes. And so that's one of the things that have nudged me along is when somebody's asked me to do something, I say yes. I was recently asked to be the RA for New Mexico for the ICA. I'd never stepped in that realm before, but uh, when you're called and asked to do something, you step up, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm learning as I go, but I'm there. And one thing they can be sure of, they can count on a principled vote. That's for sure. So seem to be racing along because I want to talk about what's going on lately, and that's almost like a change in an instant moment, I guess. But throughout the DE, throughout everything, and throughout my talk with Peter, I'm just seeking guidance, help, just going with the flow. Um, but anyways, on the way home, on the airplane, on the airplane home, and Nate just dropped something in on me and said, if you want to get to where you want to go, you're going to have to leave some things behind. And he said, for Greg, for you, it's alcohol. And I said, okay. And I can't tell you how much my life has changed just because I said yes. Um, Pounds and pounds of rocks in the backpack. Uh, I am actually different. My wife is still astounded. She's like, I cannot believe you are so different. Um, all the things that used to plague me, all the things that used to weigh me down aren't there anymore. Um, I just feel this calling that it's time to step up and step out. And so I've been hiding in the shadows of DE. I've kind of retreated from any opportunity to get up front. Um, and I don't know why. I think I held everybody here in such high esteem that uh, I felt inferior in some ways. Uh, you guys are the best of the best and the cream of the crop. And what could I possibly teach you guys? But what I have realized is, DE is where chiropractors come to heal, and it never more evident than this past DE. It was, and I remember the statement, if you're in this room, you're supposed to be in this room. And with all the travel snafus that were going on, I felt very, very blessed to be there. And I even flew Delta Airlines, and I got through that whole process unscathed. I never once got upset. Uh, both connecting flights, I think I made 5 minutes before they shut the door. But unlike my old self, I would have been a basket case and probably really worked up and not so pleasant to be around. But for whatever reason, I just took it all in stride. So it feels good to be a different person. I know I've got a long way to go, but it's been an awesome ride, and there's so much that I wanted to talk about and probably didn't talk about, but uh, you guys are amazing, and I think DE really saved my life. I was 50 something years old when I was in that motorcycle accident, seeing 75, 80 a week or whatever it was. It would have been real easy to give up or check out or do whatever, but giving up has never been in my DNA. Um, and so I've been wanting change for so long, and it's just so wonderful to see it all materialize. And it's just because I said yes and I took massive action, as Steve Judson says. And now I'm kind of like fasten the seatbelts and let's see where this goes, because I know I'm being called to do big things. I don't know what they are, but I know that I'm being called to do that. And so I am extremely humble, extremely grateful. I love chiropractic with all my heart. It's so beautiful to be a part of the process of laying hands on somebody and feeling God's energy through you and witnessing miracles, and uh, just putting your hands on people is amazing to me. So today I am 61 years old and I feel like I'm just figuring it out. I've got the excitement and enthusiasm of a new student. I can't wait to see where this all goes, but I am showing up and ready for duty, and whatever God has for me, I'm ready for. So it's been an amazing ride, and I'm sorry that I'm falling short on words here, but it is the first time, and we'll see what happens. But I love you all, and thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Greg, dude, that was an awesome, awesome call, dude. Great job, man. That was just so raw and just pure love. And I loved it. And as you can see with all these great comments coming across the bottom, everyone loved it. So thank you so much, brother. We might have lost his audio, but great job, man. That was just a great call. See, you should do this more often. Get outside that comfort zone, man. You killed it, man. You should be very proud of that call. Perfect. Perfectly done and a great message. And I, for one, was just enthralled by it. So thank you so much for sharing tonight. Do it again. Don't wait 10 years until you hide shadows. All right. I want to see you doing another one of these again. All right. You did great, man. And congratulations on giving up alcohol. That's awesome.
All right. Love and appreciate you.
Love and appreciate you, man. Thanks so much, guys. Great Tuesday night call. We will see you next week. I'm sorry to tell you, Andy Harding will be your MC. So, it's not me or Dawn, but, you'll have to deal with that. But anyway, have a great week, guys. God bless. We'll see you next Tuesday night on the Principled Chiro broadcast. Take care.